Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we untangle the corporate world. And today we're looking at a company that is about to make some big waves. Get ready for a ride because this report is all about a massive structural change. We've got Carnival Corporation and Carnival PLC, two big names in the cruise industry. And they've just signed a unification agreement. This is not just a minor tweak. This is about fundamentally reshaping how these two companies operate, moving from a dual structure to a single, more streamlined entity. Think of it like merging two ships into one super ship with a new flag. This is a Form 8K filing, which typically announces big important news that investors need to know right away. And this news is certainly important. Carnival Corporation is currently based in Panama, and they're planning to change their home base to Bermuda. It is like moving headquarters to a new tax-friendly island paradise, but for corporate purposes. This move from the Republic of Panama is called a redomiciliation. It means they're changing the legal home of the company. Their other company, Carnival PLC, is based in England and Wales. They're bringing everything under one roof, essentially making Carnival PLC a fully owned part of the new unified Carnival Corporation. The core of this report is the Unification Agreement itself. Signed on the 20th of February 2026, this agreement outlines the plan to combine Carnival Corporation and Carnival PLC. They're agreeing to work together to achieve this, and they're using something called reasonable endeavors. That is a fancy legal way of saying they're going to try their best to make this happen smoothly. The whole process is referred to as the DLC Unification and Redomiciliation transactions. DLC stands for Dual Listed Company, which is what they have now, and by unifying it, they're getting rid of that dual structure. So what needs to happen for this big merger to actually go through? A lot of things, but the main hurdle is getting approval from shareholders. They'll have meetings and a big chunk of the shareholders need to say yes. They also need court approvals, especially in the UK for Carnival PLC. They'll be issuing new shares of Carnival Corporation called new CCL shares. These need to be approved for listing on the New York Stock Exchange. This is a key step because it means the new structure will still be publicly traded and accessible to investors. A Form S-4 is a big document filed with the SEC when a company is planning to issue new securities, like these new CCL shares. It has to be declared effective by the SEC, meaning they've reviewed it and are okay with it being used for this transaction. They also need to get approvals from competition regulators. Think of it as the government checking to make sure this merger doesn't create a monopoly that could harm consumers. They've already gotten some early approvals, like from the Hart-Scott-Rodino Act in the US and from Germany. That's good progress. There is a deadline for all of this. If they can't get everything done and approved by the end of next year, the 31st of December 2026, then this whole agreement could be called off. That puts a bit of pressure on them to move quickly. Once everything is unified, the American Depository Shares, or ADSs, for Carnival PLC will be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. This just means they'll be gone from the trading floor as they become part of the main Carnival Corporation. Now, what does this all mean for the company itself? This move is all about simplification, having two separate companies. Each with its own listings and reporting requirements can get complicated and expensive. By bringing everything under one roof, they can potentially streamline operations, reduce costs, and make financial reporting more straightforward. This could lead to better efficiency and perhaps better financial performance down the line. From a strategic perspective, this unification could position Carnival to be more agile in the competitive cruise market. It allows them to make decisions faster and present a more cohesive front to investors and customers. However, there are always risks. The biggest risk here is that the deal doesn't go through if they miss that December deadline, or if a key approval falls through. It could create uncertainty and impact their stock price. Also, any major merger like this involves integration challenges. Making sure all the different systems, cultures, and operations merge smoothly is a huge undertaking. Looking at the bigger picture, the cruise industry is still recovering and evolving. Consumers are eager to travel, but economic headwinds and changing travel preferences are always factors. By simplifying their structure, Carnival is setting itself up for a potentially stronger future, but the execution of this plan is absolutely critical. So, in conclusion, this is a significant move by Carnival. They are taking a bold step to simplify their corporate structure and potentially unlock more value. The success of this unification hinges on getting all the necessary approvals and managing the integration process effectively. It's definitely a story to watch closely over the next year and a half. Alright, that is our breakdown of Carnival's latest filing. What is your take on this massive corporate shakeup and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.